Today we're doing daily pregnancy stretches to get rid of your pregnancy aches and pains. This is also beneficial for preparing your body for your upcoming birth. In pregnancy, you have extra relaxin hormone in your body, so we want to be careful not to overstretch. When you're doing your stretches, they should never be painful, and just make sure that you are going gentle. I do recommend warming up a little before you do these stretches. I will link to a warm-up video right there, or this is great to do after you go for a walk or you have another workout. You don't need any equipment for these stretches, but if you do like to use a block, I will give the option to use a block for a couple of the stretches. Let's sit up tall on our sit bones. We'll start with a big inhale in, and then exhale out, letting your stress go. Inhale in, exhale out, releasing. Let's stretch our head gently to one side, to the other side. We can make some half circles forward. Feel free to bring your shoulders into it a little bit. Good, sitting up tall. You can take your right hand, sweep it up and over, really ballooning out through your side body, making room under your ribs. We can circle our arm, big range of motion, using your shoulder as well. Good, let's move to the other side. Left arm sweeps up and over. Big arm circles. Good. We can come to all fours. If it's sore under your knees, you could fold up your mat or place a little pillow or blanket under your knees. Let's round out for cat, tucking your chin. And then inhale, tipping your tailbone up. Cow. Moving back and forth with your breath. Good, coming back to a neutral spine. Let's take some nice big hip circles. Going the other way. Good, back up to a neutral spine. Keeping your baby pulled in a little bit, not dumping into your lower back at all. We can extend one foot out behind, stretching through the back of your leg and your calf. Release your heel back. Good, bring that foot in. Let's switch to the other side. back in. We're going to stretch through our wrists now. So sitting back onto your heels, we can turn our palms up and then gently leaning forward, not putting too much weight. Palms come on the ground and then slightly tilt back until you feel a gentle stretch here. If it's too much to face your fingers right towards you, you can have them facing out towards the side. This should not be painful at all. And now you can let your palms pop off, just stretching through your fingers. Good, and let's turn our palms over the other way, stretching through the top of your wrist and forearm. Good, let's circle out, going both ways. We're going to stretch out our upper back and through our scapula. We can take our arms apart, crossing one arm over and then reaching for your thumb or your palm. Slight lift through your elbows as your shoulders and scapula move down. And then feel a nice stretch through your upper back. You can drop your chin if it feels good. Let's do the other side. Lift in the elbows, and then really rounding out through your upper back. Good, releasing. We'll stretch out through our chest now. We can grab your elbows or your hands clasped together, and then keeping your ribs pulled down, your baby pulled in, just opening up through your shoulders and chest, looking up. On an exhale, pull your baby in. Come on up. We're going to come up to our knees now. If you wanted to grab your block, you can. Stepping one foot in front, let's shift our weight forward and tuck your pelvis under to release through your psoas or your hip flexor. You can stay high here, or for more of a challenge, you can come down onto your block, down onto the ground, or for advanced, you can go onto the pinky edge of your foot, allowing your foot knee to drop out, and you could even come down to your forearms. So wherever you are, take your back knee and press it down into the mat, creating a little bit of tension so that you're not stretching too deeply. When you're ready, coming on up. Let's shift our weight back. And you can flex your front foot and then hinge here, pressing your heel down into the mat, and also feeling a little bit of traction back as if you're trying to bend your leg slightly. Good, coming up. You can switch to the other side. Releasing into your lunge. Pressing your back knee into the mat and slightly forward. Coming down onto the mat, or for advanced, even onto your forearms, and letting your front leg rotate out. When you're ready, let's slowly come out. Again, flexing your front foot, slight hinge, lots of length in your lower back. Good, releasing out. We can come to all fours again. And then we're gonna walk our hands forward for puppy pose. Forehead can come to the ground. This is wonderful for getting your baby into an optimal fetal position. Spreading your fingers, reaching your armpits towards the ground. We can add a tricep stretch here. So walking one hand in, let's bend one elbow. You can either do it on the ground here, or if you have a block, you can raise your elbow up onto the block, reach for your shoulder, and then drop down for a nice tricep stretch. Pressing your elbow into the mat or the block. Steady breaths. Slowly releasing out. You can switch to the other side, placing the other elbow on the mat or a block, reaching for your shoulder, lowering down. Good, slowly moving out. Let's grab a quick sip of water. Let's come onto our glutes into a wide-legged position here. If this feels intense, you could sit up on a block or a pillow to raise yourself up a little bit. Let's flex our feet, sitting up tall. You don't want to be rounding out through your lower back at all. You can stretch side to side. Exhale, hug your baby in to switch sides. Good. Let's bend our knees. We're going to windshield in, really using your internal rotation to get that knee down. Good, let's pause on one side and you can shift your weight slightly over your knee. Let's reach for our ankle and you can move into a quad stretch here. Good, we can switch to the other side. Gently releasing out. Let's make our way into Yogi squat, or if that's too much for you, you can do butterfly pose. So you can come up onto all fours and then tuck one foot and then the other foot under. If your heels pop off, that's okay. You could roll up a little towel or your mat underneath them. Sitting up tall, you could also sit on a little stool or a block. Opening up through your hips. Take some steady breaths here, releasing through your pelvic floor. Amazing. You can stand up to come out, or again, shifting your weight forwards. Let's come into our piriformis stretch here. So you can be on a chair or the ground. And then we can cross one ankle over, walking our bottom leg up, finding length in your spine. Top knee gently presses away. Doing this regularly can relieve sciatica. Let's switch to the other side. Ensuring to keep your top foot flexed. Good, gently release this side. We can come into butterfly pose. Again, if you wanted to put a pillow or a block underneath your sit bones, you can. Or if it feels good to support your knees with pillows underneath. You can stay sitting tall, or if it feels good, you can hinge and fold forward. Relaxing your face, your shoulders, your pelvic floor. When you're ready, you can come on up. I hope that your body is feeling released and relaxed. I will link to my free printable birth affirmation cards in the description box below, as well as my most popular resource, my complete guide on how to reduce and cope with pain during labor. I will also link to my birth education playlist right there, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.